My name is Matt Meister. I'm the Director of Communications for School District 49. And prior to our monthly board meetings, we host our Fantastic 49 celebration, which is an opportunity to honor and recognize the people and the processes that are making us successful in District 49 and just some of the bright spots that are happening within our schools and within our departments. So, usually during this time, we're recognizing a group of people or a department that has shown some long-term growth and performance. But this is a little different this month as we are going to recognize a new initiative that we are beginning in District 49. And so you're all familiar with the big rocks of our strategic plan. And tonight we're really focusing on three of them. Trustful relationships that have been built in our community, specifically with our military partners. And we're talking about a program that speaks to meeting the needs of every student. So to kick off our Fantastic 49 celebration tonight, I'd like to welcome Dr. Lewis Fletcher, our Director of Culture and Services.
Thank you, Matt. It's with great pleasure I stand here talking to you about this because this was an effort that was not done by me alone by any means necessary in that. There are a lot of people in the district who worked on this, so I'll talk about this program, then we'll get to the people who help support this initiative. And right here you see, when you talk about BRIGHT, and we should be hearing BRIGHT for the next 5 years and beyond that, it's building restorative interventions, growing honorable traditions. This is our initiative to have social and emotional support for our students in our district through the implementation of restorative practices. And what we want to do is we want to, right now, at the beginning, kind of like Stephen Covey, begin with the end in mind, to let you know this is not something that we do for a while and we honor and then money runs out and then we decide to do something else. This is something that we're building toward sustainability in our culture. So kind of the working model here is that BRIGHT is the path to light. And if you know anything about School District 49, we are all about pathways. This is another pathway. And what we want to do is we want to get from building those restorative interventions to lasting interventions that grow honorable intentions, because that we don't just want to plant the seed and then reap the crop and decide never to plant anything else again. We want to make sure this becomes part and parcel of what we do in School District 49. So a little bit of background. We saw last spring an opportunity to get some funds from the Department of Defense Education Activity to be able to implement restorative practices. We worked with a team from the Military Child Education Center Technical Assistance folks to be able to put together the grant. I want to highlight Frank Christensen, who is in the business office, was arm in arm with me through this whole thing. We listened to the seminars, we wrote the things, we did the drafts, we put those out there. And part of being able to enable that is we were using all parts of the school district. We got people from student information, Von Kiyomi, to interact with the folks down at MSEC to be able to give them the information and data they need. We got with Catherine Hochevar to be able to do the same thing and evaluate what's going on with the grant. And a cast of many others were able to contribute to this process. But we couldn't have done it without, you talk about trust as a rock, trust in the community. One of the pillars of trust is having our military folks say, not only do we think they should have it, we want to write a letter of support. So we were able to reach out to Fort Carson, to the Army Garrison. We were able to reach out to Peterson Air Force Base, to the Force Support Squadron, and we asked them, and they without hesitation, sent letters of support that accompanied our grant application. So one of the things that I thought about as soon as we got the news that we were able to get funded for 5 years for $1.5 million to be able to do this program is that we have to have something in place to have those folks come here and see that not only do we ask them for things, one of our things that we have on our cultural compass is respect. We respect what you did for us, and now we want to appreciate you in this forum. So what I will ask is for you guys to come up and say a few words about, and I guess give me some more background on it. One thing I want you to know is that this is based on the fact that we have 10 of our schools have a qualifying military population in it, and we're far away from Fort Carson, and we're still some distance in some ways from Peterson, but we have a good amount of military students within our school district. Your school liaison officer and your other folks come up here, Jackie Wickham, Victoria, they come up here, they talk to us. We have two military family life counselors up here, and we appreciate the support of the military and want you to know that we appreciate you as well. So coming up first from the Force Support Squadron, we have Lieutenant Colonel David Wilson. He's commander of the Force Support Squadron. So please welcome him.
So I just want to say thank you to the entire board, everybody here in attendance today, specifically to Miss Reed and Miss Wickham. They're the yeomen that do all the hard work every single day, worrying about our families and our kids. The highlight that I want to make, and I on behalf of Colonel Doug Shess, the 21st Space Wing Commander, Colonel Tim Ryan, the 21st Mission Support Group Commander, aka my bosses. What I want to thank you because we fly a lot of neat airplanes. We operate fancy satellites and ground-based radar and a lot of neat equipment, but none of that stuff works or does anything without our people. And so we recognize that the number one element for us is our airmen and our families. And so those airmen can't do their job. They can't focus on what the nation needs them to do if they're worried about their spouses, if they're worried about their kids. And so the fact that this community, that this district spends so much effort and time and invests in our families and our children makes it possible for us to do it. We recognize that partnership is critical. So we can't accomplish our mission that we're tasked to do without you, and that you're part of that. And so it is our honor to do whatever we can back to you. So thanks for the time, thanks for the support, and we're always here to help.
Here representing the Garrison, we have Garrison Command Sergeant Major Burton. I had the opportunity to go down and sit at one of the roundtables earlier. I guess it was earlier in August. And we sat down, we talked, we got to see what was going on in the community down there. They are definitely geared up to support students out in the schools, and they sit there and they deliberately plan to make sure they get deliberate action. So Command Sergeant Major Burton, if you come up.
Well, thanks for inviting me, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of General Gonzalez, the commander of Fort Carson, and Command Sergeant Major Crosby, and then my counterpart, my boss, Colonel Fitch, hey, we're really, really happy that you got that grant. Transient lifestyle, military kids, I think we all hear it, but we live it. I mean, I have 4 kids, and I can't even imagine my 15-year-old how many schools he's been through and what he's been through. So for us to be able to give back to the communities and help you all support not only your communities, but the military children that come into your communities, that's a big deal. Because we all understand how education works. And, you know, you graduate high school and the real world starts. So once again, thank you. I appreciate everything. Fort Carson appreciates everything. Thank you.
So with that, I said, appropriately, and the way we respect, and honor the voice of our work family in School District 49 is to make sure that we honor the duty of others, those of us who have served, and those of us who have supported those of us who have served. That's very important right there. But then the big factor in that is the future. And look at the future of that is those kids where they are right now and making sure we do the best that we can to make sure those kids have the best experience. And that's why with our Bright initiative, we not only are looking at just creating a temporary environment for the military kids, we're making sure we have an effect to change the culture of the entire district so that the students get that consistency, and those of you who come back and retire here will understand that this is something we'll be enduring, but it couldn't have been done without your support. So we appreciate you greatly. Thank you very much.